Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be doing some cooking, and to start a cooking event, have to have a cocktail. And so I make, this is my favorite.
What's it called?
The summer lemon drink.
Oh, okay.
It's nice and light. It's delicious in the summer. Actually, I saw it from the Contessa on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So that's, if you want to know where a good drink, you have to look at the Contessa. So it's a shot of vodka, a squish of lemon, and lemon water, which I love the lemon water, like the bubbly LaCroix, or this one's Waterloo, whatever they happen to have at the grocery. Put it in. Will you open that one up for me? And I have some, don't fill it all the way. Excuse me. And then a squish of blue agave. More of a squish for him, less for me.
And you can get blue agave at a good price at Costco.
Costco.
Yeah.
We are Costco shoppers. And then give it a little swirl. Make sure that your lemon is all the way in there, because the peel makes it taste better. And I think yours needs a little more. And here we go. My favorite cocktail.
There we go. Do you want more in yours?
Nope, mine's fine. I don't put as much. I put a less of a squish. It's easier to stir. All right, here we go.
And
cheers. The Contessa would be proud.
It is a very light drink,
Mm-hmm.
and it's quite tasty.
And it's better than the seltzers that come in a can.
Yeah, and it fits the summer. We'll call it our summer lemon drink.
That's what I called it. My summer lemon drink.
Oh,
It's frou-frou.
I'm kidding.
I want to show you a pan set that I found on Amazon. And I'm usually the kind of person who uses whatever we have, that's what we use. But this is awesome. Look at this. The whole set fits together like this. I have a big size skillet that's pretty deep, and the handles are interchangeable. I'm loving this set. I got it from Amazon. There's a bunch of different styles and brands and types, and they're all about the same. They're not super expensive. But look, they stack inside of each other. So my whole set fits just like this in my cabinet. It's the best thing ever. We do keep a gluten-free kitchen. And so if there's, all of our pots and pans are gluten-free. And then if he ever wants to have anything that has some gluten in it, I keep it separate in a whole separate compartment so that we don't get our stuff mixed up. Because I'm pretty sensitive, and it's just a bummer if I get cross-contaminated. So,
but for the most part, I eat gluten-free with you.
if I'm cooking, you're eating gluten-free.
Yeah, most of the time.
Right.
Which, now that we figured out how to cook gluten-free, it's not that big a deal.
It was a little bit tricky at first, but we've been doing it now for quite a few years, so it works out good. So we do a lot of our own cooking. We do not go out to eat very often. It's what we prefer. We're trying really hard to improve the quality of food that we're eating and to eat less processed food. And so that means preparing our own food. So I did a lot of the chopping in advance. And when we're in the camper, that's how I like to do it. I chop it and put it in a container, chop it, put it in a container, because it's a little bit of a smaller space. So I have the onions. I have a part of a big fat Vidalia onion, some garlic. And when this gets soft, I'm going to throw in the bell peppers and the mushrooms and just kind of let them get soft. I have some big fat brats. They're jalapeno cheddar, and they are starting to cook, and then some broccoli on the side. We don't have that many food profiles. We eat very similar. We have like brats and bell peppers. If we have bell peppers, I call it Mediterranean. We eat a lot of Hispanic food, Mexican food. We eat a lot of beef with tortillas, lettuce and tomato, salsa, and then we have an Asian where we have rice and ginger orange and lots of vegetables, and that's pretty much how we eat. We have fish once a month, salmon or trout. We eat chicken 2 or 3 times a week. We eat elk 2 or 3 times a week. We are a hunting family, and so we do eat a lot of elk. And pork probably a couple times a year. We'll make a big pork. We'll have pork ribs or something yummy for a special occasion.
Party ribs.
Party ribs. Or we'll have a big roast and we'll smoke it and shred it, and we'll use that. Yeah.
I do have an awesome smoker.
You do. You do. The ribs are great. Okay, here we go. This is our evening meal tonight. Easy to put together. It'll be delicious. A little bit of salt and pepper is all this one needed.
Welcome to America Unhitched.
I'm Terry.
And I'm Dale. In today's video, we are going to talk about why we love our Airstream. I was scrolling through YouTube and noticing a trend that there's a lot of videos that are negative, talk about why they don't like their Airstream. We want to discuss why we love our Airstream.
There's a lot of reasons.
Right. When you're rolling down the road, you're experiencing a level 3 earthquake just on a normal road.
And when you hit a pothole,
it's a level 6 magnitude earthquake. And as you can see in the footage, your camper is rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
So that being said, screws come loose, things break.
Mm-hmm.
It's the normal process of having an RV.
Mm-hmm. Maintenance,
correct.
Maintenance.
So we want to discuss why we love our Airstream towing. Yeah.
I know, because I hear ya.
So when I'm driving down the road, I got to remind myself that my 25 FB Flying Cloud is still behind me because it just tows so nicely. You know, the aerodynamics on it, I get 13.3 miles to the gallon. On my box camper, I only got 11.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of money right there in gas.
Would you say that it rides like a cloud?
Oh, it does ride like a cloud. Very good.
One of my favorite things about the Airstream, or at least the size of Airstream that we have a 26-foot, our camper is 26 foot. What is it when it's hooked up to the truck?
It's 36 foot in
For the
total.
total
Yeah,
length.
with our tow vehicle and
Yeah.
the Airstream, it's 36 feet.
When we go to any national parks or county or state parks, we fit. There's not an issue. We don't have to wait for a big rig spot. It's perfect. We don't have any struggles.
When we made our reservations to Tetons and Yellowstone, 36 feet seems like the sweet spot.
It really is.
And
yeah.
it was pretty easy making reservations.
We didn't
because
have
of
any
our
trouble.
length. Right.
Yeah, it was nice.
One of the things that I love about our Airstream is no slides.
I love no slides.
No slides is awesome.
Yeah.
We like to go to rest areas a lot. And when you're going to a rest area, when you have slides, you're always looking for that area that you can open your slides so you got room inside your camper.
Make your lunch, take
Right.
a nap.
Sometimes when the slides close, you got about this much to get back to your bedroom.
I know.
And in an Airstream, you don't have to worry about that.
But the other thing with slides for us has been, is it going to open? Is it going to close?
Oh, that never happened to us.
You're in the national forest. It's not going to close. What do we do now?
I know. Turn the ignition off and on 3 times.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I like not having a slide. It reduces the worry for me personally. I don't have to worry about that. That was a worry for me all the time.
Right. So the other thing I love about our Airstream is it looks cool.
It does look cool. It
When
does
you're-
look cool.
When you're rolling down the road,
It's iconic.
right, people are looking at your camper,
Mhm.
checking it out.
Yeah.
Other Airstreamers are coming by and flashing their lights at you, and
Yeah.
you're waving back. The whole community is just really cool.
It is. People are real nice, easy to talk to, and as a community, you share an Airstream. That's the one commonality that everyone shares. It makes it an easy entry to getting to know people, making new friends.
So speaking of cool, we thought it'd be cool to join the Airstream International Club.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited about that.
Yes. We've never been to rallies or have done caravans, so we're looking forward to that. That'll be a totally new experience for us.
Right. Part of the International Airstream Club, they're having rallies like once a year. We won't be able to make the rally this year, but we are definitely going to try and make it next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the northern part of the United States, I think.
I think it's in Wyoming, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I'm not positive either, but that'll be super cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna make that happen.
And then caravans.
I know I've never done a caravan.
So on Facebook, on Airstream Addicts, somebody posted that they slid in behind a caravan and drove with them for a couple miles and just said hi and then took off.
Yeah.
And they posted a picture of the caravan of Airstreams going down the road. That was super cool.
How fun. That'll be fun. That'll be a real fun thing to do. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too. So, and then the other thing is we joined the Arizona Airstream Club.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that.
They have multiple, meetups or rallies throughout the year. Every month or so, they'll have somewhere in Arizona that they're getting together and meeting up. Tombstone is calling us.
Yes, we are Tombstone fans.
Yes.
We have been to Tombstone a couple times with our RVs and just staying a couple nights and experiencing the cowboy atmosphere.
It's fun. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
So we are hoping that we can sign up for that one.
Yes. I like the Airstream. It's comfortable. It has everything we need. It's easy to manage, easy to pack. We both have our spots where we like to be comfortable and watch TV or work on our hobbies if we're going to be indoors, if we're not out exploring. And it's works great.
Speaking of exploring, we love boondocking in our Airstream.
Yeah.
Boondocking is fun now.
Yeah, it is.
We have the lithium batteries, the solar, we have the Soarin' power system.
Right.
We have portable solar panels now. And boondocking just became a lot easier, a lot more fun.
Yeah. We can stay for multiple days. And even if we have a bunch of cloudy weather, the Soarin' will pick up for us for a couple of days if we need it to. So, yeah. We've been out quite a bit this year. Well, since we've had the Airstream, we've been out quite a bit just practicing, staying local, getting to know the coach a little bit better, and I like it.
Getting to know our little getting to know our Starlink Mini.
Oh yeah, we have a Starlink.
Yeah, we love our Starlink Mini.
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier when you don't have a modem to deal with.
And it helps us stay connected to our family, which has been an issue in the past when we're gone and we're out of touch. We both care for older members of our family, so we like to stay in touch, and that really helps us a lot. So it makes us feel more comfortable to be out and about and not worry.
I was surprised that when you put the Airstream Mini inside the truck and we were just driving down the road practicing with it, we still had full Wi-Fi driving down the road with our little Mini up in the windshield.
I know. I didn't think it would work. It did. And we were way back where there was no service. There was no cell service. It was on SOS only. And we were able to connect with the satellite.
Definitely cool.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
I did too. These are a few things what we love about our Airstream. Please post in the comments what
Wait. I have one more.
What?
It made my husband a professional parker. He can park like a champ. He's a pro.
True. I mean, I got it down to like 2 or 3 tries now. And the Lake Mary, the Lake Mary campground was pretty tight. And I swung it around and pulled it right in. It is very easy to park. I do love that about it also.
Yes. So glad I remembered to tell you that.
I know. So please post in the comments what you love about your Airstream. We would love to hear what you love about your Airstream.
Let's make it positive.
Right. There you go. Let's make it positive. Thank you for joining us on America Unhitched, and we'll see you on the road.